everyone, welcome back. My name is Sam.
And I'm Melissa.
I grew up in the FLDS community. It is a polygamous group run by Warren Jeffs, and I moved out when I was 18 years old.
I was raised LDS. Sam and I have been married for 9 years now and have 2 awesome kiddos.
Yes, we do. And if you're interested today in just listening in, we do have our podcast available. And please don't forget to like and subscribe.
We are also doing a fundraiser this holiday season for the Dream Center in Short Creek, which is where Sam grew up.
Yeah.
They have changed one of Warren Jeff's old homes into a place for refuge for those who are leaving polygamous communities. And we want to sponsor the renovation of a room to be able to house people in need leaving polygamous communities, particularly the FLDS.
Yes.
So if you want to donate to that cause, please click the donations down below. And we thank you all for that. We're really excited for our YouTube community to come together and be able to create a safe space.
Yeah. So thank you all so much. Today we're excited to talk about Thanksgiving.
Yes!
Yes.
Happy
Thanksgiving to all of you. We hope you had a great one.
Yes. Man, people ask Sam so many questions about Thanksgiving, and we were like, let's just do a fun, easygoing, nothing too heavy topic that's just a little bit about what it was like having Thanksgiving with so many people and maybe some of the traditions that we still follow now.
Yeah.
So first of all, Thanksgiving was actually one of the very few things that you guys did celebrate, right?
Yes. So we did celebrate Thanksgiving when I was younger. I will say, though, when Warren Jeffs became the prophet and decided that he was Grinch and hated everything that was fun, then he put an end to that as well. So, but when I was a younger boy, we did celebrate, and I have a lot of memories celebrating Thanksgiving with my very large family.
So was it just, so just your immediate family is like 34 siblings, 34, 35, sometimes I forget the number exactly. A lot of siblings, 4 mothers, father. Did you have extended family as well? Because just that alone would like be bigger than most people's Thanksgiving dinners.
Yes, so we did have extended family. Not all of our extended family, but a lot of them would join and would come, and it was a very big celebration that I look forward to every year. It was one of my favorite times of year. Unfortunately, we didn't celebrate Christmas, so it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving time was the big thing, and that was it. And, you know, it was something that I don't know, I looked at as a lot of fun. Looking back now, I know how much work it was.
I cannot imagine.
But we did have one very large kitchen and another fairly large kitchen in the house, and a lot of people helping. Because we had so many people joining to help celebrate the holiday, we actually would do this thing where people would bring food from their homes and bring it to our house, and then we would, you know, have all of the food prepared and ready to go for some of the things at least. Like the pies, for example. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I've never seen so many pies since that day. We would have just lines and rows of pies that people would bring. It was a very fun tradition that I loved, that people, extended family, would all bring their favorite kind of pie.
It's probably homemade, huh?
Oh, all homemade, yes.
I bring Costco pies, that's what I do.
It's a lot easier, for sure. But one of my favorite, I remember, was my grandmother, father's mother, would make her favorite pie, and that was lemon meringue pie. And that has, to this day, always been one of my favorite pies. Never had one quite the same as she would make, but I love lemon meringue pies, probably because of that experience that I had growing up.
So about how many people would end up in total at your home for Thanksgiving?
You know, at age 11 years old, I wasn't sitting there counting everybody, I will admit. But let's just say we had to set up so many different tables in different rooms where, okay, well, if you're such and such age, you belong in this room with the tables. If you are an adult, you belong in this room with the tables. And so, I mean, it would have had to been close to 100.
Wow.
I would say, including all of the parents and all of the children. I mean, it was a lot. And it was very well organized, which, you know, it would have to be, right? And multiple turkeys, lots of pies, and just all sorts of different foods.
Do you know how many turkeys? We did have a viewer ask that question once. How many turkeys did it take on Thanksgiving?
So I remember doing at least, I want to say 3.
Okay.
But I don't remember if anyone else brought one or not. So I
Okay.
don't remember if there were additional turkeys. But I know that we had multiple going on at once in the ovens being cooked. So we did the whole turkey thing, and we it was a little different than most people that go to Costco or Walmart and buy their turkey. We would actually had turkeys that we would slaughter ourselves and do the whole thing. And we would actually be in charge as young boys in doing all of that.
Really?
Yeah.
Did that freak you out? That would freak me out.
Well, when you're raised a certain way, certain things don't freak you out quite as much, right? Because that's just kind of what you're used to. And we always had chickens and turkeys and different things that we would eventually eat. So we were just kind of used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have about 100 people, multiple turkeys. Even more important than the turkeys, let's be real, is plenty of pies and the meringue. What was your favorite dish? Or was there like a dish that was special to your family?
Yes. Well, I always remember, a couple different things that always just stick in my mind that I loved so much. One of them was the cranberry sauce and the stuffing. Also bread pudding. You know what? I'm just going to name off everything we had, and that's going to be my favorite. Yeah.
Did your cranberry sauce come out of a can?
No, maybe. Wait a minute. Yes, it did. It did.
Okay. There are some similarities. See, I'm like, I can't even imagine, like, I'll see cranberry sauce and it looks like a sauce, and I'm like, what is that? It's not shaped like a can.
Someone probably took it out of a can and stirred it up.
I was going to say, comment below, because I've heard that some people, like, take it out of the can and then kind of, like, mash it up a little bit. Leave in the comments if you guys have it shaped like a can, because we always left it shaped like a can because you could, like, slice it easily.
Makes it easy.
On the ridges of the can was like a serving. I don't know.
I think I want to say that some of the families did bring their specialty things, and one of that was the cranberry sauce. I do remember actually opening cans and dumping it out of cans. So I know we had it in the can.
Okay.
But I believe there were other people that would bring their traditional cranberry sauce as well that wasn't in the can, because I remember there being actual whole cranberries.
Okay.
That if you got a scoop of it, you would be chewing actual cranberries.
Okay, that was probably for the adult tables then, huh? They were probably like,
Most likely.
canned for the kids.
The special stuff, yeah. We always had the little marshmallow pillows. What are they called?
Pillow mints.
The pillow mints, or the someone else commented a while back on what they were called. Anyway, if you know the name, comment below. I always loved those. We always had a little dish set at our table. That was something that was pretty traditional. We had a little cup, like a paper cup, full of those, and like little nuts, like a trail mix type thing that was just sitting at the place, each place, and then we would go and get our food and go get the bigger items. But we had, I think, all of the traditional foods though, and I do remember loving the fruit salad that we would do, and the jellos and things like that, especially the one with the marshmallows inside.
Oh,
as a young
so
boy,
good.
you can imagine how much I loved that.
Well, and you guys weren't allowed to eat a lot of sweets, right?
No, yeah, and I don't know if this was a community-wide, but in our home, Father didn't really appreciate a lot of sweet things around, so it was a little bit of a rare occasion when we had an actual big dessert.
How hard was it to wrangle 100 people for family prayer before Thanksgiving? And did you do any, like, what people are grateful for, or was it just a quick prayer and let's get going?
We definitely did not do who's thankful for what. That never happened. I think that, well, that would have just taken all night. But that was skipped. It was always required that everyone was there, folding their arms, heads bowed for prayer. That was one of the biggest events of the whole evening, was the prayer, which of course would be done right before we ate, and it would be done by my father, who would be in charge of the event. He would ask someone from the crowd, because it was a crowd, ask someone from the congregation if they would say the blessing, and the blessing on the food. And of course, during that prayer, things about how thankful we are for certain things did come up in that moment, but it was more of one person vocalizing the gratitude that we all feel for everyone else, because it would have been a lot. I wonder though, because I'm thinking back now, and the tradition of each individual person saying they're thankfuls, what they're thankful for. Actually, I think the first time I experienced that was at your home after we got married. So I don't know if that's something that a lot of people do. Maybe if you guys do it, please comment.
Yeah.
But I'm curious.
We go around the table and say what everyone's thankful for. I will say though, as people have gotten married and now that there's grandkids and stuff, The food has started getting cold by the time we're done. So I don't know. Was it last year that we started trying to do it like kind of before the food was completely finished? Trying to figure that out because I grew up, we didn't have a lot of extended family near us at all. We lived in Utah. All the rest lived in the Midwest. And so we'd have sometimes like family friends over, but it was just my parents and my one grandmother and like the 4 kids. So, I mean, most of my Thanksgivings were with like adding family friends maybe would extend it, but it was always very, very small compared to what you grew up with. So we always did say our thankfuls, but yeah, last year I was like, oh, we have like more people. Like every child has a spouse and multiple people have children
And then, of course, you have each person's different way of saying they're thankful. You have people like me that say, I'm thankful for this, 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 and that, and I'm done that quickly. And then you have other people that start thinking of their memories from back when they were 2 years old and like to give their thankfuls about everything and each person and all of that. And so some people are very short and some people take a long time.
We're thankful for our very loud children in the background.
And our children in the background, yes.
But they're having a good time, so it's okay.
Yes. So anyway, that's an interesting, which I like the tradition.
Yeah,
I like the tradition to kind of talk about your thankfuls. I think that what could be done is possibly discuss your thankfuls throughout the meal.
Oh, I like that.
That way everybody's not starving.
Like family prayer first.
Yeah.
And then maybe that's what we did. I feel like we did something different this year. But
anyway, I'm sure there's ways to make it happen and keep everyone happy. But I think it's always a good tradition in general, not just for Thanksgiving, but just to talk about what it is you're thankful for. If you're focusing on what is good in your life, surprise, your life is going to be better.
Yeah.
Just in general. So, yeah, I like the tradition.
Okay, so what is your favorite food or tradition that I have brought into your life now that we are married?
One of my favorite is the children. I do love the children.
I've got a Thanksgiving tradition. I'm glad you love our children.
Yes. Oh boy. Well, that would be one. This sharing your thankfuls, and I think that possibly that just didn't happen because there were so many in our home. I don't know the reasons why we didn't do that, but I do like that one a lot. I love the stuffed mushrooms. So her family does stuffed mushrooms that I hadn't experienced, and it's not Thanksgiving without it now. I have to have the stuffed mushrooms. And yeah, I think those are probably some of the main ones.
Yeah, good. Well, we hope you all had a happy and safe Thanksgiving. We, like I said, just want to share a little bit. Hopefully we answered most of the questions people have about what it was like for Sam to have Thanksgiving with so many people in a large polygamous family. But if you have more questions, please leave them down below. We do check through like past year's videos and try to answer those Thanksgiving questions the following year, or we'll try to in the comments as well.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, thank you all so much for being here with us. We hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving day, and I hope you have a great holiday season.
Yes, we'll talk to y'all later.
Thank you all. We'll talk to you soon.